Welcome back to Zeke's Pod. Today we have a very special guest, Gilbert Urbina and Johnny Urbina. You've probably seen Gilbert in the UFC throwing hands in the octagon, but now he's on Zeke's Pod, and today we're just going to be talking about whatever we feel like talking about. So, yeah, thank you for coming on my show, and hell yeah.
Oh, love, man. Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where I truly haven't even been on a podcast. This is the first podcast I've been on. So it's like, I guess just one of those things where it's like sometimes you got to get out of the comfort zone and, just talk about whatever comes to talk about, right?
Yeah, type shit. Yeah. No, yeah, it's fitting. You'd be on Zeke's Pod first, right? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely fitted. No, he's a good friend. Zeke's a great guy, and he's been around the fam for a couple years now, training with me and my brothers, and we got to see him from his come up when he was just a wrestler, and now he's transitioning more into a mixed martial artist. So yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like you've earned some right to have me on the podcast.
Yeah, I love that, man, dude. It's been like I don't even know. Speaking of like the whole, I don't even know how this all first. I feel like this all first started like back with shout out to George out there at Dark Arts. I hit you up on Instagram, and yeah, he didn't even have to respond back or anything, but you took the time out of your day to come and respond back and be like, hey man, you should definitely go train with George at Dark Arts. Me and my bros, we train there, and you should definitely pull on through. And I started pulling through. I don't know if occasionally I don't know if we ever got the same times. I would go like in the mornings and stuff, but I think the very first time though was like I was working at the Shack. But shout out to Fork to Fit though. Thanks for the shakes.
Yeah, the shakes were fire. Shout out to Zeke, Fork to Fit.
Thanks for the love. Waiting on some more love.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, gotta check out Zeke. He's putting on for the city. That's for sure.
Put it on for the team. Yeah.
For the RGV, baby.
Shit, I'm killing mine right now.
They're tasty.
They're tasty. Yeah. No, but I think I really met you guys when I was working at the Shack, and you guys popped up, and you guys were so cool. You guys were so open to be like, hey man, if you really want to train, come train with us at the UFC gym at the time, and that's exactly what I did, and you guys put me on since.
Yeah, it was real close. That's actually, it was like kind of like today. We did a little workout, got a little shake after. Here it is. Cheers, like you said, Fork to Fit. Zeke, cheers. Thanks for the shake. It was kind of like the same idea. We and my brothers were training at UFC gym, like you said. Yeah, and we're like, hey, let's stop in at Shack and Shakes. Usually Louis hooks us up with a shake and stuff too. Yeah. Louis is a real cool dude too, out there in Shack and Shakes, and yeah, you hooked us up, and it was cool. I was just like, dude, like, hey, anytime you want to train, and yeah, like you said, ever since then, I told you I got you on a free private, and we did it, and we kept training, and look at us now, like I'm on your podcast.
That's crazy.
We just finished training right now.
Straight up
Team Freitas too. Shout out to Team Freitas.
Shout out, yep.
Victor Martinez and everybody out there.
Marcelo
as well. Yep.
Yeah, we all did good work.
Yep.
Boxing, wall work, just putting ourselves through the grind, straight up.
Oh yeah, enjoying the process.
Yeah. Well, the grind is the thing I love. I love that. It's just back even in the wrestling days. I didn't understand wrestling, but I finally getting older. I'm like, the grind is the wrestling. The scrambling, I'm tired, I'm pushing. That's the wrestling that I feel like I should love more. People shy away from it. Nah, you don't like wrestling if you're shying away from it.
Yeah, you gotta push yourselves in those moments, because it's when you're done training where you're like, man, I could have done this or I could have done that, but none of that counts. Yeah, none of those coulda, shoulda, wouldas count. So yeah, you just make every moment count. That's right.
Hell yeah. So the next I know Eli's got a fight coming up. Was it October 17th for Fury, and you're gonna be going down over there to help him out for his camp out there at Jackson's. Yep. Is that correct?
Yep, out there in Jackson Wink. Yeah, my brother will be fighting October 17th in San Antonio, Texas, for that UFC feeder promotion, Fury FC. So yeah, he's fighting a guy that's fresh off of Dana White's Contender Series. It's a guy that my brother was supposed to fight like a year ago before the guy kind of turned him down because he was looking more towards Contender Series instead of Eli. So now he gets a whole full look of Eli, and Eli at his best too, training at Jackson Wink. So yeah, hopefully Eli goes out there. Well, not hopefully, I know he will go out there and put on a show, and he gets signed to the UFC, and there'll be 2 of us then in the UFC, and eventually 3, and the team and everybody around will keep pushing everybody around us. Yeah. Like the boys here in the Valley, Victor Martinez, all the guys that we work with, Prime Time. We're trying our best to combine forces with everybody down here, so that way we can just all grow together. It's like we can't. Sometimes it's tough to be able to afford to go and stay in Albuquerque for year-round basis, or in Vegas. I just got back from living in Vegas for 3 years, so it gets tough after a while. You're like, man, I'm feeding all this money into my dream, and only so much is coming back. And I think that's one thing, that it's like talks in the UFC world, I guess, about underpay and stuff like that. But in reality, it's like it's a cutthroat game I'm playing, living that lifestyle. Yeah. So we just take chances and live it like that daily. Daily. Yeah, literally daily. We go out there, we go wrestle and beat each other up, and hopefully we're not missing any teeth, or don't lose an eye, or tear a limb. Yeah, it's like you don't ever want to go out there and get hurt like that, but it happens every day.
This is the life we chose, and I'm glad I gladly chose this. There's nothing else I would rather do. I think about it all the time. Oh, should I go back to school, or especially I think like for me, I'm so young and I feel like I have so much like different avenues, but I'm also kind of like in this tunnel vision where it's like I know exactly what I want and I know what I want to do, and there's nothing that's gonna change me from doing that. And people are like, well, you could do this, you could do that. No, this is the life I chose, and I gladly chose this life. Like, I love my life. I wake up every day and I'm like, I get to do this. I get to do this. This is what, I do this shit. Yeah. And you've taught me that. I do this shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's 2 mindsets to have in that sense. Like you're saying, I do this shit, or I could have done, or I did that, Yeah, something like we were kind of saying earlier, who are you going to gravitate more towards, the guy that says he does this shit and he makes it happen, or the guy that's like, oh, I've done that, like I did that. Like everyone's gravitating towards the guy that's doing it, that's making time and doing things. Yeah, like even getting on this podcast, like I was talking to my dad earlier, and I was like, man, I don't know how many times over the past 3 years being in the UFC, I get invited to go do a podcast, and I'll tell them, well, nothing's relevant right now, so wait till I get a fight lined up. And it's kind of funny of me and ironic that when I get the fight lined up, now I'm so locked into my mind, I'm like, I ain't talking to nobody. Yeah. Like, I don't need to talk to nobody. I just want to let my physical do the talking when I'm in there. But at the same time, also expressing yourself and getting out of your comfort zone is just great for the mentality. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I stepped on here today. It's like, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And it's not so much that I'm like, oh, I'm dreading to get on a podcast. It's so scary and people are watching. Like, no, it's like I'm going to get on and just like I talk to anybody on any day, Like I'm Gilbert Urbina, you're Zeke Rodriguez, and this is Johnny Urbina, and we're just, we're being ourselves daily and just enjoying the process,
Yeah. 100%, and that's
and just because you're sorry for cutting you off, but just because you're like locked in, I'm locked in a cage, and I wear a UFC brand or whatever, it's like you don't got to portray me in some kind of way. Like I'm me,
I mean,
like
I've always been me.
Yeah, always,
dude, and that's what I love about you guys, man. You guys are real. You guys don't take the, oh, I'm in the UFC and I'm better than everybody and everybody's beneath me and I forget my roots. And no, I am who I am, and that's it. What you see is what you get, and if you don't like it, then, it is what it is. But that's one thing I learned from you guys, too, is, like, I accept everyone as they are, and if I don't like it, that's my problem, If they don't like me, that's their problem.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's one thing. And, who cares what they think or what they say? Yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter, right? You're just like...
just a bunch of opinions.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all have opinions. We're going to say what we want to say and do what we want to do. So, well, God will do the judging at the end of the day. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, we'll just keep living life and keep bettering ourselves, man. 1% better every day.
100%, dude. When I was out there, like this last time out there, I don't remember the the time of the year or the season or anything like that. But the last time I was out there in Vegas with you guys, man, you guys really I mean, letting me in your house and everything and training with you guys, that was awesome. But more than anything, it was just being around you guys really helped my mindset, getting ready for my fight that I had up at TFL. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome for sure, for sure.
Bro, congrats on that too, man. You showed out for sure. You look like a complete martial artist out there.
Oh, thank you, man.
You opened up with a spinning back kick. I was like, look at this guy. He does what he wants out there.
I just do it. I do this shit.
You just do.
I just do.
Yes, sir.
No, dude. I remember, man. It's like just being around. I don't exactly remember, but like I know when I left out of Vegas, went to do a little bit of my camp out there at Jackson Wink. I was just completely different mindset. I was with you guys, and now I'm alone, and I took all the things that I learned, mindset and training wise, but mindset, if anything, and brought it to JW, and I was like, I'm fighting against the best in the world here, you know, professionals, amateurs, whatever it is, and all I kept thinking was, I do this shit, and I'm the best at this shit, even if I'm not or whatever. I mean, if you want to believe that. But if you're sparring or you're fighting or you're training and you're not thinking I'm the best and I do this shit and I'm confident in what I do, if you're not fighting confident, then I don't know how you're going to be fighting. You're going to be fighting like shit. If you're not fighting like I'm the best in the world, if you're not fighting with that type of confidence, good luck trying to win, straight up.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think I brought that type of like mindset, energy, not only into my camp, but also into my fight and also like, and whatever I do, if I'm really trying to lock in, it's like, well, I'm the greatest at this, and I mean, I don't even need to show you. I'm just doing it. I don't need to be like, oh, well, come watch. I'm already doing it. You're a little too late, you know.
Yeah. Or wait till the end, and when HBO does a great movie on you.
Yeah.
Right. That's how confident you got to be. It's like, hey, I don't care that you don't know me or what I've been through, and I'm sure you don't either. That when I'm talking maybe like the guy across from you in the cage, even, you know, like when you're in there, there's only one way to prove it, you know.
100%.
Yeah. So when you live through something like that, it's like, yeah, it's a lot easier to be yourself in this world, I guess. Yeah. Like people can say what they want, and who cares? It's a blood sport game. Yeah. And yeah, it's blood sport. It's like, we're fighting on ESPN now. Well, for now, until they get to Paramount and PBS, right? Billions of dollars, which is awesome. Great
I
for
invested
UFC.
Bitcoin in Paramount. Come on now.
There you go. It's about to come up.
It's about to come up. Yeah.
It's about to come up when the UFC gets a hold of
We
it.
need that Paramount sponsorship, though. We need to get some movies in.
That'd be fire. Imagine,
dude. That'd be sick. I think we would have a good movie. I mean, all three of us, all four of us, dude. Anybody that was a big contribution to whatever this thing we call life is, you know. Yeah. It'd be sick, man. We'd have some great moments. We'd have some great moments that
Hey, one thing that's funny is that you bring that up. You're actually one of the guys, and you know, I've had a lot of people over time tell me like, hey, you got to start posting on your Instagram. Or you got to start posting, like get people to get to know you, you know. Yeah. And it's not one of those things about like I said, comfort zone. I just feel like I wanna be at the top already. You know what I mean? I don't even want to tell my story so much. I want to like just go out there and win and like let people like hear my story, hear my family story. But it's like one of those things that, like, you know, in order for you to grow and hit that next level, like, you got to put your story out there. You know what I mean? And that's one thing, like, I've never really had the chance. Like I said, I never stepped on a podcast or did anything like this. But when you came out to Vegas, I invited you, but I also told you, was like, hey, because I've seen you stepped out here, make your own podcast. Yeah. You like harness like these cool videos that you'll post on your Instagram, and it's like, and I've seen you come up. It isn't even before your first amateur fight, you know, and you're like, you believe in yourself and you're not scared to put yourself out there. And you were telling me too, and I was telling you, it's like, yo, I want to start a YouTube. And you're like, dude, make it. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, it's always one of those things like, how do I start? And like a lot of questions. It's always like, that's like that negative mindset that, not negative, but it's semi-negative to the point where you're like, you start adding blocks and excuses on top of yourself why you shouldn't. But I remember when I invited you out, you were the first guest I ever had in my at my house, and with me and my brothers. And yeah, we took you to the FCPI. We showed you like the lifestyle of what it's like to be a UFC fighter, and not just that, but you put me on the idea of like recording and putting myself out there, right? Making my YouTube. I got my YouTube out there. Yep. You can find it on my handles on Instagram. In the bio.
Yeah, Gilbert Urbina, like that's your channel.
Yeah, yep. You can find it on YouTube.
You'll find it. You type in his name, it's gonna be the first video.
It'll pop up.
Yeah, it'll pop up. You know,
yeah, but
ain't too hard to find.
keeping up with the Urbinas. Yeah,
Yes.
it's funny. My brother Hector decided to come up with that name. He was like, "Yeah, we gotta copy the Kardashians bar for bar. Like, look at us, bro." He's like, "We're 4 brothers that all fight MMA. All 3 brothers that were on the Ultimate Fighter. Eventually, the 4th horseman will be on the Ultimate Fighter, and like be in the UFC. Like, you know, we're just." I'm not trying to be cocky and say we're destined, but it's like, you know,
look at the track record.
Yeah, I mean, look at the track record, and we're only putting ourselves out there, going around the nation and training with the best. And, you know, like I said, we invest everything we have into this game that we're trying to conquer. You know, like I think that's how my parents lived. That's how they lived before we were even born. Is being as migrants. You know, going to Wisconsin and coming back down when the seasons ended. You know, picking pickles. My dad and my mom too. Like leaving Mexico and trying to start a life here in Texas. She met my dad. It's kind of one of those things where it's like we're gonna keep migrating. We're gonna keep hunting and searching for this next level, you know, that American dream, which truly it is. You know, that's I'm living it. You know, me and Johnny, we was road tripping everywhere we got to go. South Carolina, Hector, Eli, you know, South Carolina, Hector's out there. South Florida, where I'm gonna be out there in December in Orlando, coaching a gym
East Coast
for the
West Coast.
training in Cali, training in Vegas. Like we've been into a lot of places. Ohio. I haven't yet to be back in Ohio, but that's where we learned how to wrestle at a young age. You know, growing up there for 10 years.
Coming soon.
Yeah, trip coming soon. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, there's been a lot of like migrating over my whole entire life. So I don't plan on like slowing down anytime soon, at least until my career's over. Yeah. You know, but yeah, man, it's an exciting thing where you know, just giving back and trust me, man, I even to the best in the world, you know, training out there with the guys from Extreme, training with the guys, you know, Andrada's Muay Thai and Jokwani Muay Thai out there in Vegas, 10P, and we train with the best, but they know too that we sharpen them as well. Like they look for us in the room, you know. So it's one of those things that like we're just constantly giving back, and anywhere we go, we're just trying to like just put a new level out there, you know. It's something we can all like try our best to do is we just keep reaching for new heights, you know.
I love that. Reaching new heights, reaching new levels, because you can always get better. You can always get better, and not only in your training but as a human being. As a human being, you can always just get better, being better, whatever it means, kinder or more open or more honest or more rational, or playing your part in all of this, playing your part in God's plan, like doing it all. Every time you do that thing, you reach a new version of yourself that it just seems like nothing's impossible in the world, that you can just do anything, you know. Definitely. I think that's that. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, it's sharp, bro. It's sharp. It's sharp. They're sharp. The sharpest feelings you can have, you know, when you go out there and you just like you said, like capitalizing on things that you're weak at. Like that's the best way to look at life. It's the best way to look at martial arts or anything you do. You know, it's like jump on the things that you're weak at. And I feel like even getting on here and talking is like not something that I'm weak at, but it's something I'm freshly new to. So I'm sure eventually there'll be even better podcasts and, you know, even better talks and sharing emotions and feelings and who knows? Who knows? Just keep going.
Documentaries.
Yeah, just got to put yourself out there and for sure the right people will hear you. And I mean that's how these podcasts have been jumping off over the last decade. Like you see it, man. People spread their word out there and they get heard, and now there's help. Now there's people willing to sponsor your journey, and it's a cool thing, man, that we're coming to in like this pinnacle of time. Like, you know, we're in 2025 and it's flying by. We're already looking. We're in the fall. It's fall.
It's
As
fall.
of yesterday. Yeah. We're it's fall time. the winter will be here soon.
The next year's already creeping.
Yeah, so it's like you got to jump on what you want to jump on while you can, because it all flies fast. It flies fast. Trust me. I've been, like I said, living in Vegas the last 3 years, and you know, it was awesome. It was a great time. I made a lot of friends, a lot of great relationships in Las Vegas, and I still do, and I can still go out there anytime and train and you know, make things happen out there too. And man, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing being able to travel and just be a student at the same time of the game, and just, you know, just be yourself. Truly, yeah.
Loving it all.
Yeah, just enjoying it all, man.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like you were just explaining out right now that you've been to all these places. I'm sure your brother had kind of kicked it. Your brother Hector kind of kicked it off. You know, I think I don't know if I'm right, but it was your first camp out there in Florida. That was your first ever.
No, actually, my first pro fight, or my first fight ever, was a pro fight.
First fight ever was a pro fight.
Yeah, mine and my brother Eli's. He was in college at Texas State, and I was a senior in high school, and I had just lost at state, and I was kind of pissed. I wanted to go wrestle D1, but D1 doesn't want guys that take third or fourth place. No. They want champions.
And you were in the same bracket as Bo Nickel, right?
He was a weight class below me, but yeah, I got to wrestle his teammates and stuff like that. We knew of each other. I saw him in Vegas one time and mentioned it to him. He was excited to see me. I was excited to see him too, Texas boys. But yeah. I mean, Eli ended up fighting our first pro fights, or our first fights as pros, and we kind of just took off from there. It's like one of those things where, like, you know, sometimes, you know, the chingazos are gonna hurt regardless whether you're fighting amateur or pro. It's like you're bound to get hurt out there. You know what I mean? You're bound to get hurt, and that's something you got to realize going out there. That's what makes your guard a little tighter. That's what makes your jab a little crisper. You know, you're just focusing on like instinctual movements, I guess. So yeah, when fear helps put the coating, the great coating on top of all of it. You know,
100%. It makes everything. It's like death. I feel like fear is like death. I mean, nothing's for certain, but that's what makes it. Now, if you know that your next step's not certain, you take your next step with like, this is my last one. This is it. I'm taking it for sure. I'm not thinking about, what if? No, I'm taking it 100%. And speaking of prior, what we're saying, I mean, for your first fight to ever be a pro fight, I mean, that's just, you're just taking it. You're jumping it. You're taking the opportunity. You're like, I know where I'm at. I know what I deserve. I know I do this shit. And you just go and take that shit. Like, I mean, that's the type of person you got to be if you want to be at the top.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, that's really what it was. Our first fights, you asked if we were at a camp, and no, we weren't at a camp. We were training out of our front yard and on Mia 12 out there, mile 12, and it's funny because we were literally in our driveway, and we're about like 2 weeks out. My brother kind of messed up his rib, Eli, and my brother Hector flew in from South Florida at the time. And it was like 2 weeks out. He's like, I'm going to get you guys ready, man. We're going to get you guys ready. So, you know, Hector kind of was questioning it. Like, why are you guys jumping straight pro? Like, why do you guys want to go pro so bad? And I'm like, dude, we want to go pro. What the hell you mean? And he's just like, nah, man. He's like, well, I mean, you guys do what you want to do. He's like, but I'm just saying, like, it's good to get some amateurs in and soak that in for a second, get to know who you are, and then go in there as a pro, like, ready, you know? Yeah. But in mine and Eli's mind, it's like, you know, we had been in a couple street fights. And, you know, it's not something to be proud of, but, you know, we had been in a couple street fights and you know, wrestling and even training with guys like Joseph Daly, who was a STFC champion, and, you know, giving him good looks and getting good looks from him, not even being an amateur fighter, gave us a confidence. Also training with Hector, you know, gave us a confidence where we're like, dude, we're training with guys that are, like, at that level of breaking into the UFC. Hector was on The Ultimate Fighter. Joseph was on Bellator. Like, he was making it to the big leagues too, you know? So it gave us a confidence where we're like, dude, we do this shit. So that's kind of what we ran with, was like, dude, we do this shit. You know what I mean? No second thoughts. Like, this is what we're doing. This is what we do. So we jumped in there. Yeah. Very sure-footed. And that first fight was there in Mia 12, and they were crazy fights. Eli got split open in that fight. I think it was, where was that, on his nose? Yeah. Yeah, Eli got split on his nose, and it was the whole canvas was bloody. He was even slipping in his blood after the round, and I'm sitting in the corner with my hands wrapped. And I'm watching it like, damn, I'm going in there like fucking next. Like, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
real shit.
Yeah, this is as real. This is real as it gets. My brother's fucking like
bleeding.
fucking gushing blood. Yeah,
Yeah.
slipping in his blood. I'm like, damn, my guy's gonna try and do this to me. So I got to make sure fucking it
I'm
don't
ready.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went in there with that mindset, and sure enough, I took the guy down like I think it was like 13 or 14 times throughout the fight, and yeah, I threw a little bit of punches while I was on the ground, but not much. Like I was being more tactical, like trying to be like, you know, like how can I say it, like being like athletic,
Being
you know what I mean?
athletic, yeah.
Rather
Being
than,
more
like,
game.
being more game athletic than actually like
Scrap.
trying to scrap and really hurt him and kill him.
Yeah.
But there's so many mindsets you can go into going in the fight, right? But yeah, that was like our learning curve that first fight. We're like, holy shit, we need to go and train with the pros if we're gonna be pros, you know. So from then on, me and Eli went out to South Florida with our brother Hector, who was training at American Top Team, and you know he kind of set that off for us, training at a big camp, you know, and from there to Jackson's and Vegas, and you know we've been around. So yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily looking for a home, but just being mixed martial artists and like, you know, gravitating where the best in the world are.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy because, well, that's like, nobody told you to do that, you know? You guys just did that. Nobody told you, oh, this is what you got to do. You got to go here. You got to go here. You just kind of listen to yourself and your own intuition. You're like, this is just what we're going to do, and that's it. And and that's where it's brought you here, you know.
Yeah,
and
for the most part, but also our father, you know, being our mentor and being the father figure he is, you know, he dropped out in high school at a young age. I think it was like a freshman in high school, and this is back in the day, right? Obviously, Pops is like 61 years old right now, but
OG.
yeah, he's OG.
like 80s, 70s,
yeah,
something like that.
he always tell us like, man, I never got to play football in high school. I never got to play sports, but he's like, if someone would just push me or put me in that fucking position to try it or to even just try it to see if he liked it, he said he would have. And he realizes I'm sure, and he does it not just for me but for a lot of guys. Like, you know, we go out to Ferreiras, he's there talking to Victor. We go anywhere, he's talking to everybody. He wants to, guys are talking to my pops like, hey, I want to be a fighter. My dad's like, you really want to be a fighter? He's like, yeah. My pops will let him know like what the fuck this game is about, because there's managers out there that are eating guys up for 30% of their paycheck, and yeah, it's a cutthroat business, man. Like, not only are you going in there putting your life on the line, but also you got guys that are trying to take money off of your table, and not so much in a bad way. There's good guys out there too, good management out there too that'll take care of you, but there's also guys out there that are just feeding you to the lions, just because it's like it suits them best, you know, to fill seats in an arena, or you know, to sell tickets or whatever the case may be, you know. But for the most part, they just know that everybody wants to be a fighter, and there's thousands of you at their disposal, you know, and get them in there. You say you're ready? Okay, get them in there. You say you're ready? Okay, get them in there. It's just like, it's like they're pushing it, man. And don't get me wrong, there's always that dime a dozen of guys that want to be fucking the best in the world, and they're chasing it hard, and you know, they could be homegrown, they could be moving around, bouncing around the nation, you know, cross training. You know, it's one of those things. It's like it's just the mindset, man. You gotta want it.
You
bad.
gotta want it. How bad do you want it?
Yeah, you gotta want it bad. Doesn't matter where you're at. You just gotta you gotta want it.
How bad? Yeah, dude. I was even that mindset. I was out there at JW, and we were doing one of Hulk's dam runs, and there was like some lightweight. He's a prospect, and it was crazy, man. I was just had this one guy on top of me, and I'm picking it up, and I'm, you know, running up the dam, and I was on top of him, and he had to stop 3-4 times, not to compare to myself, but when it was my turn, I just never stopped, and all I kept thinking was, he was just telling me like, you're almost gonna get there, you're gonna get there, you're gonna get there, and in my head I'm thinking like, you're gonna get in the UFC if you just don't stop. If you don't stop, you'll get there. And I just kept thinking that, and even when it got really, really, really tough, it just came down to like, how bad do you want it? And I just kept repeating myself, You've had enough rest. You've had enough rest. You've had enough rest. Like, just keep going. Don't even think about how bad do you want it. It's so easy. It's so easy, I think. Uh, how bad do you want it? What do I need to do to take it? Just do that shit. Whatever it is. I need to go do 3 miles. I need to go do this. I need to go beat this guy. Just go beat him. Just go do that shit. How bad do you want it? It's like that invisible veil that a lot of people put themselves like, oh, I'm not there yet. Or I'm not. No, you are. You are. All you gotta do is step over. Step over and just get it. Take it. Because there's people think too. There was that lightweight prospect, and Hulk was like, okay, who wants mitts? And I went to go in, and I just took it from him. There's no, oh, it's my turn. No, there's no such thing as that. You know, oh, I'm waiting for my turn. You're gonna be waiting for a long time because someone like me is just gonna go and come and take it. That's how the game is. That's how what you guys showed me is if you guys really want some shit, you just go and take it. You go big dog. You're like, this is mine. This is what I do. You know, I do this shit. And it's funny. It comes back to that, but it's really like that type of mindset that I think. I don't know. I just came out. Like, it's that guy Zeke.
Hey, you're riding off a win, dog. You're feeling invincible.
I'm feeling invincible,
yeah.
huh?
Hey,
yeah.
And in reality, that's the mindset to have, though. Like, win or lose, you can't lose that fire. You know, that fire is important to have, very important to have, no matter what you're doing. You know, I feel like, especially a fight, like you got to know that, like, you know, this guy's out there to kill you, and you know, you got to defend yourself.
100%.
But at the same time, you got to inflict your will on him. You know?
That's what it is. A battle of will. Isn't that what fighting is? That's all it is, or even fighting or any combat sport, wrestling, boxing. It's just whose will's stronger. It could be like, oh, he's technically superior, but yeah, or he's technically superior, but I'm just greater. I'm just better than him. He could be better at technically or whatever, but I'm just greater than him. I'm gonna go show you. Isn't that what fighting all is? That's what I think. It's just who has the superior will, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't have one fight. You know, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But hit him with the Kevin James. But, you know what I'm saying?
In the pockets.
Shit. Even American Top Team to Jackson Wink to South Carolina, Florida, Ohio, even doing your wrestling out there. How old were you when you started doing your wrestling out there? And did you ever get to like wrestle in Wisconsin? I mean,
I don't think I never got to wrestle like live, but my brother Hector was in a wrestling team, and I guess when he would go into wrestling practice, my mom would go watch, and I would be there. So I was the fucking little baby running around the mats. Yeah. The coach is like, just let him run.
Just let him do what he's got to do.
Just let him roll. Let him do his thing. Yeah, so just being around the gym. But that kind of carried on into Ohio too, I guess. Being 5 years old, we moved to Ohio when I was 5, and my parents got me into wrestling. Hector was a freshman in high school. Like I said, I was 6 years old, and my parents put me in wrestling too, like competitively. So yeah, we had a coach that was like, you know, Brian Beecher, who he was the Archibald wrestling coach for a long time. Like, he raised so many state champions, and you know, even himself, his own credentials. He was a coach for the Junior Olympics, Team USA, and stuff like that. Oh, wow. Like, yeah, he's legit. Oh, so wow. Yeah, we come from a background of wrestling that's just like hard nosed. And yeah, like inflict your will, like you said, and it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, we owe that mindset, I believe, definitely to Brian Beecher, especially learning at 5 years old. You know, like coach would fucking snap my head down, my whole head would come down, ooh, and then as soon as I'm like starting to wrestle up, now he'd fucking push me and kick my feet out from underneath me. I'd end up on my back, and I'm like thinking, I'm like, dang, coach is like beating my ass. Yeah. But the whole idea was for him to see me get back in my stance. After all of it, get back in your stance, you know? Now he's pushing me, he's pulling me, doing whatever. I'm staying back in my stance. So, yeah, like, definitely tons of discipline in wrestling, and it's, like, one thing that I've had, you know, for a long time, you know, being a wrestling manager at 5 years old till I was, like, 12 or 13. Wow. And, yeah, till I obviously transitioned to middle school wrestling and high school. But yeah, it's, that's where it all started, truly, the wrestling, yeah. wrestling at a young age.
That mindset, that wrestling mindset, kind of evolved and growed into what start into like the beginning of your MMA career.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would just say, like, you know, from moving to South Texas at 14 years old, you know, the economy dropped back then, like 2010. So my parents were almost forced to move down south when their businesses like took off to like Costa Rica or something like that. Like, well, we're not going to Costa Rica. We're going to Texas. We're going to South Texas. So we moved down here at a young age. I was a freshman in high school, and yeah, we were learning from football coaches or were our wrestling coaches. So
Really?
you know, me and my brother were really helping the team as much as we could as well. But
Wrestling wasn't as grown as it is now, or even now, but I mean, compared to up north in Wisconsin or Ohio, wrestling at the time wasn't.
oh no, yeah, like what football is down here in South Texas and Texas, that's what like wrestling is up in those northern states. You know, like you look at the college wrestling matches, Ohio, Iowa, you know, Minnesota. The best wrestlers are coming from these northern states, right? The Midwest, but yeah, it was something that we were missing out on when we first came down. Some good coaches and stuff, but you know, it's like, I guess that search has been ever since we left Ohio. Is like we've always been looking for a coach that could like be like Brian Beecher, you know, a coach that's like there mentally. He's like so stoic to the point where like you can't. I mean, sometimes you can't even talk to him on like a. I mean, you could talk to him on a personal level, but it's just so stoic to the point where, like, you know, as a kid, you really can't fuck around with coach. You know, there's no time fucking around with coach. There's no time.
Energy and aura.
Yeah, definitely. Like, unbreakable. It's unbreakable. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Yeah. So when you can see that at a young age and even now at this age, at 29 years old, seeing that is just like, man, I truly want to be that for the youth, like now. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been. Also, like we were talking, kind of going way back to when you came out to Vegas. Yeah. I've also invited another kid named Duncan Payne out to my house. He was staying out there. He's like a 17-year-old kid who lives at Jackson Wink.
Shout out Duncan.
Shout out Duncan Payne. Yeah, he stayed at my house too, and I got to show him the UFC PI and some of the gyms around. Introduce him to the Raul Rosas' family and shit, and we got to train and mix it up, you know. Yeah. That kid too, man. Yeah. Yeah, that kid though, Duncan. He's something promising too, man. And like I said, kind of going into showing the right kids, the right kids, or like the right youth, the path and the mindsets. Because I don't have a gym. Me and my family don't have a gym yet. Eventually, we'll have a gym, and we'll be able to help more than one or two kids, you know. But like, I'm not calling you a kid, but what I'm saying is like you're young to the game, and look at Dana White. He's calling grown ass men kid. Kid's like 35 years old. Kid was pretty good out there.
Kid was pretty.
I guess he's talking about his like career and
contenders
MMA.
And all that too.
But
kid did a great job.
Yeah, kid came out.
Good luck, champ.
I wouldn't say you're a 17-year-old kid like Duncan, right? But it's like one of those things where like, yeah, man, we want to enlist. We see the drive in certain individuals, especially the youth, you know. And it's just like you can only like help motivate them to be like, dude, chase it. Yeah. Like you can do this shit. You know, like you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like look at you. Like look what you did tonight. Like you can do that any night. Any day. Who's stopping you from doing it tomorrow or the next day or, you know, tournament day or big fight day, whatever it is, you know. So, and just. It really is all mindsets, man, and it's a beautiful thing to give back, right? And yeah, eventually, like I said, hopefully open a gym here in the Rio Grande Valley, maybe in towards the Mid Valley area, Weslaco, Mercedes area. But yeah, giving back something what we're definitely looking forward to doing, and maybe even hosting like a grappling or like a jiu-jitsu tournament
Promotion.
Yeah. I feel like to help these kids reach that next level, you know, put some more eyes on them. You know, bring some guys from Vegas, bring some guys from Jackson's. You know, bring some of these big name guys, UFC level guys that can come back and maybe do a seminar for the people down here, or like you know, just kind of expose the MMA like world and culture into the valley.
Into the valley, yeah.
Yeah, it's
dude,
like
I mean from I'm not saying I was a horrible kid or what, but I mean, but what these martial arts, wrestling, this type of influence has led me into a better life, and I could see the youth, even with my siblings or with my friends or even the kids in my neighborhood. Like, I'm giving back. That's all I'm thinking of, giving back. I'm teaching them boxing, or I'm doing their boxing class, or whatever it is. I'm just giving back and giving back, and I'm inspired, and I get that same feeling, like that, inspiring the youth, leading them to the right, to this path, even if they're not going to be boxers or whatever, but just giving them some type of a great direction.
What it is and what it really is confidence. Like, I don't know, a lot of people don't really train mixed martial arts, but one thing like is when you first start, it's like a cardio for the mind. Like, any problem or anything you're going through right now, I guarantee you, if I put the mitts on and I'm telling you the combos and I'm telling you to work and I'm giving you instruction and it's man on man, like hand on hand combat, you won't think about one of the problems you had leading up to that session.
No.
And it's like a doctor's visit. It's like better than a doctor's visit. It's better than like
psychology,
whatever you're paying for.
Yeah.
It's like truly like going out there and discovering yourself, you know, and what you can do is like something beautiful, and mixed martial arts does that. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's returning the favor for you, showing the art, but at the same time is putting so much confidence into the person that's learning it. They're like, man, I never knew I could fucking crack that one too, or I never knew I could take somebody down or hold someone down, or if someone took me down, I didn't know I could get up. You know, like you like break so many barriers in your mind because the game is like never ending. It's like it goes from boxing to Muay Thai to wrestling to jiu-jitsu. Like they're all the arts. There's so many more. I'm just saying the ones that I train, but
handful.
But yeah, like there's so much more in the game where it's like, it's just addicting, man. It's never ending. It's like once you're in the community, and that's kind of probably why you see a lot of the similar faces still around the community, because they're in love with it. They're addicted to it. Like they love it. You know, it's like their coffee in the morning. You know what I mean? It's like that little sweet candy when at the end of the night that they need to go to sleep. You know, I just, martial arts has been that for me and my family, and like I said, eventually one day soon we'll give back, and we'll push that more for our community and our culture. Yeah, definitely, because yeah, they deserve it. I feel like they deserve it. You know, I feel like we've been real. I wouldn't say to a sense like, you know, a lot of people think, oh man, like you can go to different gyms and be like, oh, you guys are traders. They go and train in different areas. Coaches, all old mindsets saying stuff like that, but in reality, yeah, we kind of had to be, you got to be a little like self-centered in a cutthroat game like this, and focus on yourself, and you know, because no one's really gonna put the time in like you got to, you know. 100%. Like, and I think any great can tell you that, or any great has said that. Like, look at Kobe. He would go into the gym like 2 hours before a basketball game, and he's there working on his free throw. Yeah. He's there working on his shots, you know. Like, did coach tell him to do that? No. He decided that's what he needed to do to be ready for tonight's game. So that's his own thing. That's his niche. Like, I got to be more than prepared. So it's like one of those things that you just got to be committed to what you want to do. And if it's mixed martial arts, commit to it and don't cheat yourself. I'm not saying throw away your job and say F you to all your friends and go join a gym and shave your head all Chama style and be all crazy. Yeah, no, be yourself. Enjoy the process, and yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. But at the same time, like you gotta stay hungry for it. You gotta hit the gym. You gotta be learning. You know,
make it happen.
Yeah, push yourself to learn, and yeah, once you break that barrier of I'm tired and I'm not tired anymore, it's straight fun. You just enjoy it.
You enjoy it, man. That's a lot of the things I hear is just giving back, man. Giving back, and it's just like it's a humble thing for me, man. Giving back, it's one of the most. I see it, and I'm like, man, I feel inspired to give back as well. And I'm like, I gotta give more than him. You know what I'm saying? in a friendly way, of course. Yeah. But it's all like I gotta be on that same level too. And then, man, that inspires me. And then who knows who it inspires as well. And it inspires a whole community. And before it inspires a whole community, it inspires everybody. It just touches everybody's soul so deep, man, that, hey, I got to give back. Not only I got to give back, but but not I want to give back out of the love of my heart, out of the just what's in my heart, what's in me. I got to give back, and man, that's powerful that martial arts has done that for you, and in return has done for everyone else too. It's inspiring.
Definitely. I would say if you can teach something, like, then you know it pretty well. You know what I mean? Like, the more if you're able to teach something to someone, you know what you got to know how it works. You know, you got to know the ins and the outs of it. So yeah, like, even for you, like, you know, coming up as a mixed martial artist and training people that have no experience, like, you know, you got to break everything down for them. You know, like. Yeah. Ground zero, and it's just one of those things, like building blocks. Yeah, it just feels good. It's good for the soul.
Good for the soul. Also, I'm doing personal training sessions at TrueFit Cornerstone. If you guys are trying to learn and if you want me to break your mind, that's where I'll be. So, but type shit.
Yeah, you gotta plug it. You gotta plug that.
I gotta plug it in.
Hey, I mean, in reality, hey, that's how you're helping this young man right here fund his dreams. He also wants to be in the UFC one day. I'm sure he's aspiring to be in the UFC, if not the UFC, and a big promotion, fighting under the bright lights, and that's what it takes, truly. Like, if you can't sponsor him, then take a training session and get a training session with him. You know, like.
Bro, it's been so crazy actually. Like, these past couple of months have been just flying by. Like, I wake up, I work 7 to 2, 7 to 3 sometimes, doing warehouse work, unloading pallets or separating ink from liquid into solids, and then I get out of there, go straight to the gym, shower, do a personal training session, or do a class at TrueFit. Come out of there, finally I have 1 hour I get to be by myself, and like, what do I need to do today? What do I need? Do I need to get stronger? Do I need to train my jab more? Do I need to train all my hands messed up? Well, I'm gonna train only this hand, or I'm gonna train my kicks, or I'm gonna train this. And it's just, that's been my day every day, just completely grinding, completely in the grind, soaked in the grind. And there's so many days where I'm like, this is tiring, and I think about, like, can I do this anymore? And it's like, nah, it's all gonna pay off. I do this shit. I can do this shit. If anybody can handle it, I'm gonna handle it. Let me do this. I got this. It's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. One day I'm gonna be in the UFC, and I'm gonna think back to those times, like, man, those were some crazy times, but that's what it took. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Do I gotta do 3 miles? Do I gotta do 2 jobs? Do I gotta do? It doesn't matter what it is. I'll do whatever it takes to be in here. And it's crazy, you know, but I feel like that's the best addiction that you could have. It's better than being addicted to anything else on the market, or anything that'll destroy you or take yourself from God. It's like, I feel like it brings me closer to God, if anything. So if I'm gonna be addicted to just bettering myself, which I know it doesn't even matter whether it's the UFC or whatever promotion it is, whatever I'm chasing, it's just elevating elevating myself into that. And I feel like that's what it's all about. I mean, I learned that when I was out there in Vegas too. It's like, it's not about who you beat or it doesn't matter about who you beat. It's just, are you getting better? If you're not getting better, then what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? If you're not getting better, then what are you doing? Big facts. I'm lost. He's Vegas. Or Las Vegas.
These boys are crazy. Both of you guys are crazy, and I think that's really what it takes to be great in this game that we play. You know, as violent as it looks, as violent as it feels in there, and you got to be a little bit crazy to step in there and you know, express yourself in the most violent fashion. You know, so you gotta keep embracing the feelings you guys got. I love it that you guys your guys' youth inspires me, and it reminds me of times when I was, you know, starting the game in my profession. It was like, man, like, how hungry I was and how, like, naive I was to be like, I'm the fucking best in the world. And then next thing you know, I'm there sparring fucking Dustin Poirier at American Top Team, and this guy's chewing my leg up, and he left me with a whole purple leg, but I couldn't walk for like 6 or 7 days. But I was telling myself, like, man, I don't know if this is for me or if I should do this. And luckily I had my older brother Hector, who was like, dude, stick around. Like, they're fucking testing you. And like definitely. But it's also one of those things, a humbling experience that's like, you know, I can't tell you guys not to be who you are, and not to be fucking wild, and not to be hungry to fight. But what I can tell you is like it's a journey, and fucking, you know, you're gonna go through fucking a lot of humblings. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tons of humblings. There's gonna be guys out there that are gonna humble you. You know, even this life will humble you. And I feel like that's one thing that's happened to me recently. You know, fighting in the UFC is like, hey, just because I made it to the UFC doesn't mean I have $1 million in my bank account. No. It doesn't mean I have 100,000 in my bank account or 50,000. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like I said, I invest all of what I make right back into my career, and sometimes it leaves me at a balance of about $0 right when I'm getting ready to fight, or in the next bout. So it's like I'll throw everything I got into what I'm doing every time, all in at life, you know, all out life. And like I said, yeah, it's a beautiful fucking thing, man. I realize that I'm young. I'm 29 years old. In my mind, I believe I'm still 18, 19 when I first started doing it. It's just like, yeah, even hanging around with you guys are real youthful and have those hungry mindsets. It's like, it makes me tap back into those mindsets that I used to have. And it's funny to me too, because it's like, man, I'm a fucking humble both of you guys. Like, I can't wait to go back to the gym and fucking keep humbling you guys.
Somebody help!
In reality, no,
I love that shit.
And yeah, Johnny loves that shit, and I'm sure you do too. Like, look at us today. We were fucking beating each other's ass, wrestling. We were wrestling. We were sparring. We're doing what we had to do, and we could all look at each other in that room today and be like, dude, we pushed ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we all made each other work. Like, we didn't expect any of that, but that's what came about. You know what I mean?
We were down for that.
Yeah, and we're all willing, and that's what it takes, man.
Jeez.
That's what it takes, man.
Man.
Yeah, but kind of tapping back into you know, the idea of like just living amongst amongst the brand UFC. It's like it's not everything that like you think it is. You know what I mean? It's not NFL. It's not NBA. As much as Dana wants to push it and promote it, like, oh, we're bigger than the UFC, or we're bigger than NBA, we're bigger than the NFL. So yeah, we're bigger, but we're not making anywhere near amount of money as they are. Like, you can look at the payrolls.
It's not a secret. It's known.
Yeah.
You look it up. It's known.
Yeah, I'm a big time Packer fan, and like Micah Parsons just signed like a $100 million deal or some shit like that. I'm like, dude, like he doesn't put his life on the line. No. He goes out there and plays hard football, which is awesome, and I love him for that. But you know, what we do is blood sport, and we put our minds on the line. We've seen many fighters and guys in our past come out with CTE and like brain damage. We've seen guys like leave, like have to be carried off because they're dead. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you step into the ring, you're not coming out the same every time. It's not a promise. It's not a promise. It's not, oh, I'm coming out the room, and you're coming out the ring, and maybe you have a new scar, or maybe you have a. Well, for me, that's for me. That's what I realized. You know, sometimes I come out the ring, I have a new scar, or I have a new pain inside me. You know, it's like something I didn't know about myself, or something I need to work on, or something that, hey, I'm just not the same. My hand's messed up, or whatever it is. A new injury. You know, you don't come back the same, and I don't care what you say.
Yeah, definitely. But I would say sometimes things that can hit harder is life. You know what I mean? Oh. Yeah. Way harder than the cage. So you got to learn how to express yourself and just love those moments, because there's only so many of them. You only get blessed with only so many in your career, you know, a healthy career. But at the same time, like I said, life hits harder than what it is in there sometimes, you know, and it's important to stay level headed and just like
stay positive.
Yeah, stay positive through it all, you know, because you can complain and say it should have been like this, it should have been like that, but the mindset's got to stay sharp, no matter how hard the journey is. Even for you on your journey, it's nonstop, it's a grind, but that's what's gonna take you to your next level, and the next level from there. You know, just the steps. You keep taking the steps, bro, and you'll get to where you want to be.
Man,
I believe it,
dude. I believe you too, man.
Johnny. Yeah, man. I know for a fact my little brother too. Like, he's conquering himself daily. Running 5Ks. I never expect to see him run a 5K, and this guy's proven to himself too that like I can do what these guys do. Like, this is my little brother, and I never would have imagined him wanting to fight. This guy was culinary chef, but now he's like, dude, I want to step in there. I want in.
I want in too.
Okay. Soon, man. Soon. We'll see him. Both these guys may be on the same
We're
card.
all bound to win. The sun
yeah,
shines
bro.
for anybody that's willing to wake up for it.
Straight up.
That's something that
Who's willing to put the grind in? Who's willing to do what the fuck people don't want to do? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Good stuff on him.
Yeah. Just one last thing before we end. Is there anything that you guys want to say? Anything to the viewers out there? Want to leave them off with any with anything, or any new announcements, or anything that we should be watching out for?
Yeah, I would just say the next show is my big brother Eli Flaco Urbina. He's gonna be fighting October 17th in San Antonio. Like I said earlier, he's gonna be the main event of the evening. So if you guys want to tune in, come on out, enjoy the show with me and my fam. We'll all be out there. We'll be enjoying San Antonio for the weekend. I think when's the fight? The 17th is
17th.
Sunday or Friday? Because Fury usually has a show on one of those days.
Victor said Friday.
Friday, yeah. Well, it's gonna be a Friday night. We'll be out there sure for the weekend, but yeah, you guys come out. Let's have a good time and watch Flaco go to war, man. Get signed to the UFC.
Yes. Let's do it. Anything, Johnny? You want
Just right here, but
You're
let's
here.
get it.
You're here chilling.
Thank you for the energy. Thank you for bringing us out.
Thank you.
It's a blessing, bro.
Thank you. You guys are big blessings in my life, man. Thank you so much. It's
You
really,
too, big dog.
really appreciate you guys.
Okay, man.
Thank you,
All
bro.
love, brother.
All
Thank you,
love,
man.
man.
Let's get it, big dog.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's the end of Zeke's pod.